My presentation today is Employee Network Groups by Linda Newnum. We'll start with an introduction here. I will talk about background on the employee network groups, benefits of using the employee network groups, that's the pros, the cons or potential risks of using employee network groups. I will show some examples of organizations that currently use them, and I will give my recommendations on introducing employee network groups in our organization. Employee network groups have been around for nearly 30 years, but they have evolved due to technology and diversity. Technology can reach remote places and include people that used to be secluded. Diversity in the workplace is increasing, and it benefits global competitiveness. There is some resistance to employee network groups still by the older groups of people who don't like uncertainty or change. This is due in part to lack of education on the benefits of employee network groups to organizations and the importance of cultural competence. Organizations currently using employee network groups include Eli Lilly Corporation, which has 8 groups, the Central Intelligence Agency, which has 10 groups, Ford Motor Company has 10 groups. The pros and cons of using employee network groups. The pros, attracting a younger workforce. Those that are just entering the workforce from high school or college. Attracting a multicultural workforce. This includes transplants from other countries and those in diverse cultures within the U.S. Globally competitive. This makes the organization more attractive to people from many cultures and countries, and it makes the organization more competitive globally. You have a meeting for mutual support. You also have remote collaboration, which allows collaboration among dispersed and varying amounts of people in various locations. The millennial workforce that is coming into the workforce now are used to working in groups and like working in groups. So employee networks have become attractive to this younger group of people. Now the cons is that the older generation can feel left out. Employee networks can tend to sometimes lead to non-business purposes. Some organizations only allow groups for business purposes, business-related meetings. The employee network groups can lead to gender or racial bias against white males. Also, non-members can be passed over for promotions. Leadership, because employee network groups can display talent now, where leadership can realize the potential that they rarely ever saw before, that can become an avenue for promotions, which then can potentially pass over non-members for promotions. Also, employee networks can become too independent. My recommendations: determine the readiness to develop employee network groups within the organization. Is there leadership support? Is there long-term employee enthusiasm? If there is not long-term employee enthusiasm, they will not survive. Is there a cultural awareness within the organization? Number 2, define the benefits to the organization. Define the ways in which employee network groups can enhance the organization's business, marketplace, and talent goals. Number 3, create employee network groups that represent diversity and inclusion of all groups in the organization. Some suggestions for groups can include English as a second language, faith-based groups, African American groups, Hispanic groups, Asian groups, women or men groups, and sexual orientation groups. Number 4, define the goals of the employee network groups and their respective mission statements. And number 5, provide ongoing diversity training to increase awareness and acceptance of other groups. That is the conclusion of my presentation on employee network groups.